Hi, my name is Ruben Lauren, and today I'll be talking about why social media should enforce stricter age limits. Firstly, let's imagine. Imagine being 12 years old, waking up every morning to hundreds of notifications, likes, comments, and messages reminding you that your worth is now measured in numbers. Now imagine those numbers slowly chipping away at your confidence, your happiness, and your self of sense. That's not hypothetical. It's a reality of millions of kids today. Social media has become the world's biggest playground, but one without offense. And our youngest users are the ones that are getting hurt. Today, I'm here to persuade you that social media platforms must enforce stricter age limits to protect the mental health of the younger generation, not to restrict them, but to safeguard them. Social media is everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and it has been woven into nearly every part of modern teen life. According to the Pew Research Center, over 90% of teenagers use social media daily, and nearly half of them admit that they are almost constantly online. But the truth is, these platforms were never designed for developing minds. They were designed to maximize engagement and often means exploiting vulnerability. Over the past decade, rates of teen depression, anxiety, and self harm have risen sharply. The American Psychological Association warns that heavy social media use is linked to lower self esteem, body dissatisfaction, and disrupted patterns. Why? Because social media feeds are not mirrors, they distort reality. Teenagers are still forming their identities, compare themselves to unrealistic and unfiltered lives online, often concluded that they're not good enough. For a 14-year-old who is still trying to figure out who they are, that's not just stressful, it's damaging. You might be thinking, don't platforms already have age restrictions? Technically, yes. Most platforms require users to be 13 or older, based on the Children's Privacy Protection Online Act. But here's the problem: these restrictions rely on the honor system. Anyone can lie about their birthday, and millions of underage users do it every day. The Federal Trade Commission admits that these rules are rarely enforced, and tech companies have little incentive to change that. In short, the digital world is wide open, and children are walking through it long before they're ready. Even the US Surgeon General has sounded the alarm. In his advisory, he warned that social media poses a profound risk of harm to youth mental health. The data that adolescents who spend more than 3 hours on social media, which, let's be honest, it's most teens, are twice likely to experience symptoms of depression and anxiety. If a substance or product double depression risk in teenagers, wouldn't we regulate it? So why are we not regulating this? Some of the reasons why, like I just told you, that the enforcement fails is that simple birthday verifications are just simply ineffective. Like I said, people lie, people can go under the radar with it all, and it's just not working. Also, the lack of parental controls and ID checks, and also tech companies that are prioritizing growth over their use safety. Enforcing stricter age limits and verifying them isn't about banning young people from connecting, it's about delaying the exposure until they're emotionally equipped to handle it. If platforms required ID verification or parental consent before access, fewer children would be exposed to harmful content, online bullying, or addictive algorithms. Kids would have more time to develop self worth offline through real friendships, hobbies, and experiences that don't depend on digital validation. Stricter age limits could literally save lives by giving kids time to grow before the digital world swallows them whole. Like I just went into a little bit, some of the early exposure harms that can stop emotional development is adolescent brains are still developing emotional regulation. Exposure to likes, validation, cycles, and addictive design rewrites dopamine systems, and also sleep disruption and attention span issues are also linked to social media usage. Some case studies, like I just spoken about, the 2023 US Surgeon General report linked social media to teen loneliness, and other studies have also shown how high depression rates are in under 16 daily users. Schools and parents also have reported academic and social decline. Some of the policy recommendations are introduce verified age restriction systems, require parental or guardian approval for minors. Platforms must provide an in-app mental health resource. Some people argue that parents should be the ones monitoring their kids' online behaviour, not the platforms. And yes, parental guidance is vital, but let's be honest. Social media companies have billions of dollars and teams of engineers who design these apps to keep users hooked. We can't expect parents alone to fight against the level of digital influence. Responsibility must be shared, and that means tech companies must step up and enforce their rules. We have reached a point where inaction is not an option. The data is clear, the consequences are real, and the victims are getting younger. We don't let our kids drive cars, drink alcohol, or gamble, not because we don't trust them, but because we know those activities carry risk that they're not able to handle. Social media should be treated the same way. If we truly care about the mental health of the next generation, it's time to raise the digital bar. It's time for tech companies and all of us to protect children before they even log on. Because protecting mental health starts with protecting childhood. Thank you.